Yo, what's going on guys, it's Scott here, and today we're going to talk about the Lakers playoff hopes. As it stands right now, the Lakers are in 9th place and are a game and a half outside the 8th spot in the Western Conference. The LA Clippers are currently holding that spot with the Jazz and Spurs tied for 6th and are half a game above the Clippers. There's a lot of time for the Lakers to get their act together with 33 games remaining, but they really can't afford to lose the amount of games they have since LeBron got injured last month. They're 5-10 without him, and even though they have had a couple strong performances during the stretch, the majority of these games have been disappointing. The good thing for the Lakers is that LeBron will be returning soon and might be able to play during a tough stretch of games against the Sixers, Warriors, and Celtics. The concern over LeBron's injury is that there isn't a concrete timetable for his return, and there hasn't been ever since he got injured. The initial report after he strained his groin was that he was day-to-day, then he sat out for a couple weeks and still wasn't even ready to travel with the team. On January 15th, it was reported by LeBron's agent Rich Paul that the best case scenario would be that he could return 3 weeks after the injury, and the worst case would be 6 weeks. It's been a little over 4 weeks, and he is still being limited in practice to just non-contact drills. If he does reach the 6 weeks, which is a real possibility, then he'd miss the next 5 games, which includes the Sixers and Warriors games, and maybe even the Celtics on February the 7th. This stretch also includes a game against the Clippers, which could create real separation if the Lakers are unable to come out with a win. Even though LeBron could miss these games, the Lakers at least have Rondo back after he got injured in the same game as LeBron. The timing of his return comes right as the Lakers lose Lonzo Ball to a grade 3 ankle sprain, which reportedly will keep him out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Speaking as someone who's had multiple ankle sprains to a much lesser extent than the one Lonzo had, it took longer than 6 weeks to recover from those. Of course, Lonzo has world-class treatment available to him daily, but it still seems like a shallow estimation for his return. Assuming he does miss 6 weeks, that'll keep him out of a lot of tough games like the previously mentioned ones, as well as another game against the Sixers, then the Rockets, and then the Bucks. Of course, having Rondo and LeBron back for these games will make the loss of Lonzo not as devastating, but it's still a big enough injury to potentially cost them a game or 2 over the stretch. Then once Lonzo does return around March, he'll have to figure out how to play with LeBron again, who he hasn't played with since December. Lonzo only started playing well consistently a few weeks ago, and once he returns, they'll only have about a month to figure things out while they're still trying to fight for a playoff position. On top of all the injury concerns the Lakers have had, they also have the 4th toughest remaining schedule in the league, as only the Thunder, Timberwolves, and Nuggets have tougher schedules. On the other side of the spectrum, the Lakers' biggest competition for playoff positions in the Jazz, Spurs, and Clippers are in the top 10 of the easiest remaining schedules. Of course, the Lakers are only in 9th and need to finish ahead of just one of these teams to make it, but there's still 3 teams below them with a chance to knock them off. The Kings and Timberwolves are only a half game behind the Lakers, and there's no way the Pelicans will allow themselves to miss the playoffs with Anthony Davis's contract extension coming this summer. Even if the Lakers do make the playoffs, they'd hope to finish higher than 8th, as they wouldn't want to face the Warriors in the first round. Finishing higher than that would at least give them a chance to win a first round series, and would give them some momentum for the next series. With all of these injury concerns, there's a real possibility that they could miss the playoffs, but LeBron's eventual return could change this pretty quickly. The Lakers were 20-14 with LeBron, and if they can win at that same rate, they could easily finish above 8th, but it will be very tough with their remaining schedule. Until he does return though, they'll have to find ways to stay within range, so that they don't have to make up too much ground when he does get back, and that can't come soon enough. That's all I have for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more Lakers content like this, then make sure you subscribe, and drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.